Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of MTG Sin Senpai. So I did promise the last time that I would be on top of it for this coming video, so I definitely am. With this being the case, this is the prize packs from all the pre-release events that I went to, and then a little bit of extra. So, with that being the case, Tarkir Dragonstorm pre-release did happen. This particular set pre-release was an absolute blast. It was a lot of fun. Very interesting mechanics. The only thing I had to say was kind of annoying was the fact that I had to explain 7 new mechanics each time we did a new event. But even with that being the case, everything still went fairly smoothly. We did have to chop a couple rounds, and the two-headed giants was a lot of fun, that's for sure. But overall, this experience was definitely a great one. Myself personally, of the cards that I wanted to open during the pre-release, I did get a majority of them. Got the Elspeth, got a Mox Jasper, got a Draco Genesis. Unfortunately, I did not get an Ugin or a Call of the Storm, I believe was the two. Obviously Ugin is Ugin. And then the 5-color enchantment that wins the game if you do the dragon thing. So yeah, maybe if we get lucky, I will get one of them in one of these packs. So let's see what happens. So going to go straight into it. And as of yet, I personally have yet to open one of the what's the word? The signature guest or special one of the special guest cards. I did see a couple of the ultimatums going around. A few people getting those, and unfortunately, I did not get one, but I did see a few of them come around or go around. That was pretty neat. And I do gotta say, I really enjoy this particular treatment for the art. It looks pretty neat. It's my first time seeing this particular one, so it threw me off a little bit. But the dragons that are done in that particular art style is pretty cool. Overall, my experience of the set so far, the set's definitely a lot of fun. The fact that there's multiple options and multiple routes for people to go, instead of, you're just locked into a specific dual color, dual, or into two specific colors, that's not really the case. You're more open to more things, and then getting a double rare pack as our second rare is pretty neat. This is my first time actually seeing this demon in person, so that's pretty cool. Excuse me. But yeah, overall, this set's a lot of fun. I've already had the pleasure of drafting it once with my buddies, and I'm definitely looking forward to future drafts in the future, just because of the options and the routes that you could potentially go. It is realistically possible for one to be in a 3-color wedge with depending on the rares and mythics, and case in point, this ridiculous thing. But depending on those, you can splash into a 4th color fairly easily. Especially if you're in green. Green has so much fixing, and then realistically, almost every color has some pretty reasonable amount of removal, so there is a lot of removal in the set. Case in point, speaking of removal, literally back-to-back removal spells. Just overall, it's just a great set. Thematically, it's been an awesome set. Cards overall feel pretty good. When you draft, I strongly recommend this being one of the top draft picks, just because it's such a good mono green card that can be splashed into pretty much any deck, and the fixing for it is pretty cool. The concept of shuffling your cards into your deck after they resolve, it's a little weird. It did take a hot minute to get acclimated to it and get used to it, but after you get used to it, it's really just another step, so it's really not too bad. Ooh, this is a pretty sick double rare pack with a triple color uncommon foil that realistically you can play in either way or either one of the respective clans that they would show up in. But yeah, overall, this set has been an absolute blast. Lots of fun, big dumb dragony things. And then I've noticed it's either, I gotta stop and point out this particular Omen Dragon, and then there's a white one with the red Omen effect. They're pretty ridiculous. The fact that they are a removal spell on a stick that you can essentially recast over and over. Got ourselves another triple, or not triple. We haven't pulled a triple rare pack yet, but another double rare pack. And I gotta say, man, first off, this card's pretty bonkers. I've actually splashed a couple green sources for this in a Mardu deck just because I would sack the mobilized tokens. And then Warden of the Grove. This Hydra is just ridiculous. If you do not answer this early on, it will roll your game. So, if you're drafting and you happen to see that particular Hydra, I strongly recommend finding a way to play it or getting it into your pool. Heck, even if you're not main green, I would splash the card just because of how much power it has. I personally feel like the card is just that ridiculous. This is another great card. But yeah, overall, like a lot of the cards in this set feel very powerful. Now, mind you, will they see standard play or constructed play? Realistically, I feel like a lot of it will see commander play, that's for sure, just because, you know, there's dragons. Who doesn't love them some dragons, right? But when it comes to constructed, modern, those types of events or types of constructed decks, I'm not going to be 100%. Oh, wow, another double rare pack, which is pretty cool. Or case in point, like, this card is actually pretty solid, but actually, I could see it possibly being played in standard, possibly. Realistically, unlikely. But the fact that you are allowed to look 6 cards deep to find another card that would just help you out, it's kind of like an Agent of Bolus, the old school one. I think it was a 2-mana 1/3. I could be quoting the wrong card, but it was a blue creature that entered the battlefield and did a similar effect, but only did it for so many cards, and it was only instant or sorcery. And this wasn't Disciple of Bolus, that was the sack and draw cards, I believe. I think it was Agent of Bolus. It was like a 2-mana 1/3. So that one's a 3-mana 1/3, but it does give your dragons hexproof, which it's weird if you're doing the dragon thing. But it's more of the fact that you're digging cards deep may be playable, maybe not, who knows. This card I think is very goofy, and I might be building a commander deck around this particular card with the intent of I'm just going to play Voltron, and then I'm playing your entire deck. That is the game plan, because the way he reads is the fact that, I'm just going to pull that back up for a sec. The fact that you exile cards from the top of your opponent's library is equal to the damage that I'm assuming is a he, she, I don't know. Looks like a he. But if he hits all those spells, you get a cast for free, and then you keep all your mana available. So I'm thinking maybe keeping up a bunch of blue spells for protection and all that kind of stuff, black spells for removal or board wipes, and you could do the destruction board wipes because he himself is indestructible, making it kind of ridiculous. Oh, here's that red-white dragon I was talking about. That removal spell effect is pretty nuts for 2 mana, and then the other dragon being at 2 mana, it's just kind of dumb. Oh, this card. So, this card was the bane of my existence this weekend. Now, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing card. It's very strong, but multiple times. So, I believe I did a total of 6 events this weekend, and of those 6 events, 5 of my decks I played Mardu. And it was not because I picked Mardu as the clan each time. Myself personally, what I did was I would let, as I was doing roll call, it was more of a first come first serve basis. So if you signed up first, you would get to make your first pick. Ooh, nice double rare pack. And then I always picked last, except for the Sunday event at 5 p.m. I was like, I'm just going to play Abzan, and of course I opened the Abzan box and still played Mardu. But of the times, the first box was, I believe it was Teamer. The second box that I got was Sultai, or no, not Sultai, it was Jeskai. And of those 2 boxes, I had just, whenever I opened my rares, they were just Mardu rares. So with that being the case, I'm going to stop and point this out. This card is ridiculously good. Just going to point that out. But essentially the first 2 kits were straight Mardu, and so I picked the Mardu kit thinking that, hey, maybe because whatever kit I pick, it's not going to play what clan it is. So I picked the Mardu kit thinking that, oh, heck, here we go, I'll pick Mardu and I'll play something that's not Mardu. And of course, when I picked the Mardu kit, I got the Mardu rares as well. So I had to play Mardu for that as well. So it was just it was a goofy circumstantial situation where multiple times I played Mardu, and it wasn't even the best parts of Mardu. It just like the rares and the synergies and everything were strongly Mardu. And with that being the case, I gotta stop and point this out. Multiple times I've opened, and these two were together. Like back to, if you go back and look, I think it was always the Molten Exhale into a worthy cost, which is kind of interesting. It's like the number of times they come back to back is kind of a little absurd to me. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but hey, the video's there. We can double check it and look back at it. But overall, the number of times I played Mardu, I played All Out Assault multiple times, and there was a couple times I did have All Out Assault in my hand, but I had no creatures on the board to back it up. Oh, look, okay. That's 1, 2, and it happened again. Exact same order. Molten Exhale into a worthy cost. It's kind of, I mean, the rest of the cards obviously are different, but the fact that those two cards seem to be popping up right next to each other over and over, it's a little weird. And then the worst of the rare lands, and then at least it's a double rare pack, so here we go. Got it, foil, commons and uncommons. But yeah, so far, no special guests. None of the really crazy rares so far. We've gotten a couple of the mythics that are cool, don't get me wrong, but nothing like, holy crap, I pulled this thing. And I'm not even worried about value here. Well, speaking of another random mythic thing, this dragon's pretty nuts. Lots of fun. But yeah, overall, it was just, so far, nothing that, like, I'm not worried about cost of stuff because, you know, it's pre-release week, or it's very close to pre-release week, and things are still haven't stabilized just yet. But it'd still be nice to get another Ugin, or no, get a Ugin, or maybe, oh, Mistrais Village, this is still pretty cool. But it would be nice to get an Ugin, or another Mox Jasper, or maybe another Elspeth. Because I have multiple token decks that would benefit from having that particular Elspeth. That card is ridiculous and can win games by itself. But yeah, I mean, got a few more packs to go, and I do plan on drafting this set as much as I physically can. But even so, it doesn't guarantee that we'll see all that. Oh, another double rare pack. Well, the number of double rare packs that we've been getting, though, it's actually been very solid, which that's pretty cool. But still, not hitting the things that I really like. An Ugin, or Call of the Storm? I think that's the name of the card. I could be wrong. The 5-mana dragon winning the game enchantment. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please let me know. We got ourselves a Sage of the Skies and a Baron Step Siege. Another double rare pack, which is pretty cool. Nice full art dragon land. Set that to the side for my special lands pile. And then here we go. Just a few more packs to go. Every once in a while I'm kind of peeking that back card. It's not on purpose. It's just the way I handle the cards. Commons and uncommons. Oop, oop. Oop, we got ourselves a Sarkhan. Sarkhan's pretty neat. This card is ridiculous. Making 5/5s, just, it's dumb. And the fact that you can use the 5/5 to cast another 5/5 for 3 mana, it's goofy, I feel like. And then there's not too many board wipes, or at least most of the board wipes that are in the set are fairly expensive. And so with that being the case, it's kind of ridiculous if you can get those elephants to stick. Alright, boom. Inevitable Defeat. This is actually pretty solid removal card. The fact that it can hit anything is actually pretty cool. Well, not anything. It's got to be... Oh, no, it does hit anything. Just any non-land permanent. And it itself cannot be countered. So that's pretty neat. 4 more packs to go. Oh. Still, overall, it was an absolute blast weekend. It was a lot of fun. It's always been great. I will have to shout out, I haven't confirmed if I got it okay to say his name, but there was a patron that has gone to multiple of the pre-releases that I'm the one that I'm judging, and he went out of his way to give me 2 play booster boxes of Duskmourn just because he likes me as a judge, or he appreciated me being a judge, and I got to stop and say that made my entire weekend, and I'm going to be ranting and raving about that to a couple people, just because it's like, that's super nice of him. It's not, I mean, I judge the events to help the players. I really like the art of that Dragonfire. It's my first time seeing this particular one. That looks super cool. But honestly, running the events at my LGS, I do it for the players, and I know it's a lot. And as a Magic player myself, there's a lot of interactions, a lot of rulings. And as a store, the employees, unfortunately, the staff at Dragons Lair Houston North, they're great. I love all of them, but they have so many different games and so many different things that they have to run and manage that for all of them to know all the rules for all the games is kind of absurd. So I provide my assistance to help the store, and yeah, I'm doing it for the community, and I love playing with the players, and just the fact that, and I don't ask for anything in return, really. I mean, I'll admit I'm compensated by the store by my entries being done, but overall, it's not something I make money from. I don't make any money from this, honestly. And so just the fact that someone took the time to give me something like that, it was really appreciated. I gotta thank him again over and over, just because, like, I didn't anticipate it. He came out of nowhere, gave me a box, and was like, hey, enjoy this, and thank you for everything, and it blew me away. So I just, I'm gonna kind of ramble about that for a hot minute, but thank you so much, sir. I did not get the confirmation to say your name. I'm probably sure you would be okay with it, but regardless, I'm not going to do so until I get that confirmation. But in regards to everyone that did go to the events, everyone that did play, thank you guys so much for coming out and playing at the store. We are definitely looking forward to doing the next pre-release, which will be insane. Speaking of insane, on Friday at the 7 o'clock event, we had a total of 115 players show up at the store. Or at least playing in the store. Unfortunately, we had so many players show up that we even had a actual wait list for the 7 o'clock, and we actually had to turn some people away at the very end, regardless to, like, I was trying to make more seats to get everyone into that store, as many players into the store as possible. In the end, we can only get a total of 115, but regardless, it was wild, it was insane, it was a great time, and I'm already looking forward to the Final Fantasy set whenever that does come out. With that being the case, if you guys do plan on coming out to Dragons Lair Houston North, whenever the online sales go up, make sure you sign up for them right away. With that being the case, because I know there's going to be a lot of people showing up. And in regards to future events, we're also doing we're doing a RCQ on April the 20th. Yes, Easter Sunday, 420. I did not realize it until someone pointed it out. But with that being the case, it is still going to be a limited RCQ that we're doing. So for if you guys that are in the area, come on out, give it a try. Sign up start at 10. We're going to be firing at 11. But if you guys have any questions, any concerns, feel free and message me. Let me know. I'll be happy to go into all those details. But we're getting close to the end of the video, and I just gotta say, shout out again, thank you to everybody. If you made it to this part of the video, thank you for just watching, taking the time to enjoy the pulls with me. I enjoy sharing my pulls with you guys. But thank you, everyone. Take the time to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with a friend, and if you have any questions, feel free and shoot me an email or message in the chat, or in the chat, but in the message on the comment at the bottom of the comment at the bottom of the video. I'll be more than happy to respond. I do read every single comment that comes by, so thank you guys again. Appreciate y'all. And with that being said, never forget, Senpai didn't notice. Good night.